Wig production.
All right, what do we got here on Shopify now, right? So this, it looks like, isn't going to be the case right now. We could have some sort of dip in the markets in the future, but it looks like right now there could be some sort of bullish bounce rally when it comes to like the NASDAQ, right? So we're going to point out the NASDAQ real quick and then go to Shopify. But if you look at the NASDAQ here, right, this is this weekly time frame. It's only been Monday and Tuesday, but we have this big bullish engulfing, right, after we have a massive dump, right? So we have a huge dump right back into this zone, and then a bullish engulfing giving us that trade opportunity. So right now, this is what we're looking for. Are we going to do something like this, where we wait and we get this breakout for the next few weeks in October, like do something like that, and then we try to rally up into this zone, come back down? That could be a play, right? And if that is the case where we do get this rally, right, that means Shopify might get some good looks in the next few days. So when we're looking at Shopify, the stock, and we're looking at the price, again, long term, I do think it's a great stock to be buying long term. But if you notice this, right, we look at the weekly time frame, we come down into this range, there's a lot of bullish engulfings here, a lot of hammers. This zone is telling me that it's like a zone that is showing demand, even though that we're slowly decreasing in price. We got some bullish divergence here on the weekly time frame, like major bullish divergence, right? It's a very interesting stock here, and I think long term it's the play. So major bullish divergence, I think it's long term, this is the opportunity. We're well under the 200 EMA. So that's another sign that, you know, we could be very well oversold, or, you know, on this stock here. So again, look at that monthly time frame. So another thing I wanted to point out is that here on Shopify, I might have mentioned this in the past video, but we look at this, right? It seems really catastrophic. We have this massive dump. It's led us down as far as 83% on like a blue chip stock, right? So something we'd consider a blue chip stock. When that happens, it creates so much panic, but then it reminds me of this, right? You go to Amazon back in 2001 and look at what happened here. We had this blue chip stock, right? Something that's been trending so greatly since it IPO'd, and then it has this massive catastrophic 95% pullback. But then look what happens on years to come, right? Years to come, it just continues to rally upward. So keep in mind, Shopify did have that massive split, right? We're trading at $42 a share. What was Shopify at before the split? I think it was something like $2,000 a share. So they split 10 to 1. So just multiply the price by 10, right? So yeah, they were around 2,200 a share Canadian, right? So that's interesting. It's right now trading at 42. Do I think it's going to go back to 2,000, right? It would take years for that to happen if we're talking about a trend. But I do think that there is big opportunity. Like if we're simply going that the stock market likes to trend upward and to the right at a 45-degree angle, and we do something like this, seeing that this could potentially happen, if that's the case, then, well, that's a massive increase in price. Like right now we're at 43. That's a 300% trade, say 4 or 5 years, if it comes back up to this 200 area. So that means I think that right now could be the opportunity, and maybe in like early next year could be the opportunity to be doing these leaps that go out way deep. So maybe like, I don't know, I'm going to be looking into 2024 leaps, 2025 leaps for like 70, $80, seeing that what could happen there. And you know, that could end up being a massive trade. So it's interesting. I don't know. Shopify, again, I'm starting to rant a little bit, but Shopify, it is a huge tech play that I think is very interesting. And again, Look at the volume coming in on the daily. This is the biggest volume we've had in a long time, right? That's since 2020. Coming in now. See what it looks like on the weekly time frame. We'll know for sure if we're getting massive flows of bullish volume coming in, and then it's again this lower trend line. We're watching this. If we rally and then we end up coming back down due to some bearish news back in January, February, March, this trend line is going to be a massive buy. All right, that's the breakdown. Peace.